Welcome back to another player build, y'all. Today we have Kirill the Thrill. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into how to make this build for y'all. Let's get into it. Now, to make Kirill Kaprizov in EASHL, there's of course probably a couple different archetypes you would think to go with, but the one that I found fit best for him was a sniper, and we'll get into why. But we did actually go with his actual height and weight, which is 5'10", 202 pounds. A little bit on the shorter side, but he's definitely on the heavier side, so that helps with his strength and kind of being able to hold people off the puck a little bit more. He does of course shoot left-handed, and abilities and boosts we will come back to as always. First, for Kaprizov's technique attributes, we're first going to add 4 to speed because Kaprizov is a super fast skater. Not the fastest skater, but he is definitely an extremely fast skater. Not only is he a fast skater though, he's an extremely agile skater, so we are going to add 4 to agility as well. Then, unfortunately, this is also part of the reason I made him a sniper. We are going to take 5 off both wrist shot and slap shot accuracy. I know 85 and 83 isn't great, but we have to sacrifice some of the other attributes, and we can sacrifice the wrist shot and slap shot accuracy because part of the reason I made him a sniper is because they're high by default so much that if it was like a dangler or a playmaker, his shot would really be somewhere around like 78 with one of those builds. But taking 5 off a sniper, we still have 85 and 83, which is pretty good slap shot accuracy and wrist shot accuracy for Kaprizov. Next, for Kaprizov's power attributes, you will see we already have an additional 80 skill points, and reason being is with the season 2 update, EA decided to give us 80 additional skill points to both power and tenacity attributes for skaters. They also did give a little bit of a boost to goalies as well for the other attribute categories, but that's besides the point. So for power, this is going to make it a little bit interesting. We're going to add 3 to acceleration, 3 to puck control, because having 90 excel and puck control I feel like is super necessary for a Kaprizov build. And then we're going to take 4 off our endurance, and we're going to take 1 off slapshot power. Luckily, with that additional 80 skill points, now we don't have to sacrifice the shot power as much as I thought I would have to, and as much as I actually did when I originally recorded the gameplay. So the build that I recorded in the gameplay is slightly different. Only difference is the difference in these power and tenacity attributes, as y'all will see. After that, for playstyle attributes, we're going to add 5 to passing, as of course Kaprizov is an incredible passer. We're going to add 3 to offensive awareness. Then let's take 3 off body checking, as Kaprizov, he does hit people from time to time, but he is not the biggest body checker and is definitely not one of the main parts of his game. So then we're going to take 1 off stick checking as well, because he is a pretty solid defender, and actually is a pretty big part of the reason why the Wild are doing so good, is because not only is he an incredible goal scorer, point producer, all that good stuff, but he's actually been playing very good defense. So I didn't necessarily want to completely tank his defense, but we can only raise what we can raise given what EA gives us. Then for your tenacity attributes, we are going to add 5 to hand-eye, add 3 to strength, then take 5 off both shot blocking and durability, as like I said, this tenacity attribute category was also going to be a little bit different because of that additional 80 skill points. And finally, for Kaprizov's tactics attributes, we are going to add 5 to deking, 1 to discipline, then we're going to take 4 off fighting, and we're going to take 5 off your face-offs, as of course Kaprizov is a winger. Now, going back to abilities, for Kaprizov's zone ability, another part of the reason why I did make him a sniper as his archetype is because with that low shot accuracy and stuff, we can kind of cancel that out and show that off even better with some of these shooting abilities. So you really could use any of these abilities, and they're pretty good for Kaprizov. He has an absolutely wicked shot no matter where it is from on the ice, but we are going to go with make it snap. This way it kind of gives us that gliding shot that gives us a little bit of a boost, so a real nice boost on our wrister, but it also gives us a nice boost on those snapshots and cross creases as well, which Kaprizov also excels at. Now, for Kaprizov's superstar abilities, for his first one, there was a few different ones that I was really debating giving him, because it's so difficult with these all-star superstar players that you have to choose 2 abilities when there's 5, 6, even probably 7 that you could choose for some of these players. Now, for Kaprizov, for his first one, I decided to go with ankle breaker. Reason being, he's super fast skater and he's very good with the puck on his stick. Those 2 things combined literally give you the ankle breaker ability. So that's what we decided to go with for our first one. Then for our second one, I decided to go with tape to tape for Kaprizov. Reason being is not only is he an incredible shooter, he's incredible with the puck on his stick, but he is an absolutely phenomenal playmaker and always finding the open man. so tape to tape felt like the perfect ability for that. And lastly, for Kaprizov's boost, for his first one, we are going to go with controlled passing. Reason being is this is just going to kind of pair with the tape to tape reason. 85 does not feel like a high enough passing attribute for Kaprizov, so I wanted to increase that a little bit more along with giving him that ability. And honestly, it's the same thing for our second boost, which is going to be controlled deking. Give me that +4 to deking and to passing, along with the deking and passing abilities. And this right here is how we recreated Kirill Kaprizov. Now, let's not waste any more of y'all time. Let's hop right into game one with this Kirill Kaprizov build, where we show y'all what we can do with it. Let's get right into it for y'all. Kirill Kaprizov was born in Novokuznetsk, a city in Siberia, Russia. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say this off rip. If the pronunciations of some of these towns and teams and stuff that he played for are not very good, I do deeply apologize, but I'm just not very good at pronunciation for some stuff, so bear with me, y'all. Now, this city was not a huge hockey hotbed per se, but it would still provide the absolutely perfect backdrop for Kirill Kaprizov in his early years, because it was cold, it was snowy, and it always offered an opportunity to play some hockey. Kirill Kaprizov started skating at the age of 3 very early, and the reason being is because his dad used to play amateur hockey, and his brother also had a big love for the game of hockey as well, so that they passed on that love to Kirill as he grew up throughout his childhood. He joined a local youth hockey team and was very, very quickly known for how good he was, how fast he was out on the ice, and just his sense for the game of hockey in general. And by the age of 10, Kirill Kaprizov actually moved to the prestigious Sibir Hockey School in Novosibirsk. I'm so sorry, like I said, please yell at me if I'm saying any of these names wrong. But a very prestigious hockey school where he learned to fine-tune his skills, and this helped him improve as a hockey player immensely. Growing through his teen years, Kirill Kaprizov only continued to gain more attention, so much so that he was actually called up to play for the Sibir Novosibirsk junior team in the Russian Hockey League, the MHL, where he immediately made his presence known. After playing in the MHL, he was of course invited then to play for Russia's top hockey league, which is of course the KHL, the Continental Hockey League. But before that, he was actually also invited to World Juniors, and he absolutely tore it up for Russia, and he was their standout player. In 2014, at just 17 years old, Kirill Kaprizov made his KHL debut with the Metallurg Novokuznetsk, showing flashes of brilliance on the ice, but his career really started to take off when he was traded to CSKA Moscow in 2015. Here at CSKA Moscow, he had the chance to play along some of the best Russian prospects that there were, and under this is really where his career and his past started to take shape. In 2017, Kirill Kaprizov led CSKA Moscow to the Gagarin Cup, where they did actually win it. And this marked one of the highest achievements of his career and actually really put his talents on display, marking him as one of, if not the highest sought out Russian prospect at the time. Despite finding success very young in the KHL, he was unfortunately not taken until the 5th round, 135th overall in the 2015 NHL entry draft. Reason being is many scouts were just kind of uncertain if or how well the transition was going to go from the KHL to eventually the NHL. But eventually he really took the chance to show that off, as once he made it to World Juniors and continues his success in the KHL, it was more than clear that Kirill Kaprizov was ready for the NHL. Then finally in 2020, Kirill Kaprizov made the decision to sign with the Minnesota Wild, and it did not take long for him at all to show that he was ready for the NHL. In 2021, January, he made his debut for the Minnesota Wild, scoring a goal in his first game, and in his first season, he had 27 goals and 24 assists in 55 games, which did inadvertently win him the Calder for this year. Now, what is it that makes Kirill Kaprizov so special on the ice? It's a combination of his skills, his hockey IQ, and his ability to just absolutely take over a game at any point, which we are really seeing a lot of this season. First and foremost, he is one of the best goal scorers in the NHL. His wrist shot is absolutely incredible, and he can score from literally anywhere on the ice, not to mention his absolutely deadly one-timer. He's insane on the power play. He's a super good transition player as well, and he is just super good at finding the net in a variety of different ways. Combine his absolutely remarkable shot with his incredible skating and speed, and you have Kirill Kaprizov and what makes him one of the most incredible players in the NHL today. He's super agile, so he is always able to maneuver within tight spaces. You would look at a play and think, where the hell is he going to be able to escape to? And he will somehow always find room. And it is not a skill that many players have, but it is a skill that Kaprizov has absolutely mastered, and he is one of the best skaters in the NHL today. Now, what really makes Kaprizov the incredible player that he is, though, is that he does have this competitive fire, which you see among a lot of these superstars in the NHL. Because to be one of the top players in the league, you need to have a goal, and you need to want to go a step and a level above everybody else, which is exactly what Kaprizov wants, and he shows that in his game, and he continues to show that every single day with his incredible work ethic. And as of right now, while I'm sitting here talking to you, Kirill Kaprizov and the Minnesota Wild are one of the top teams in this NHL season, and I really hope that he is able to secure a Stanley Cup, bring one home, maybe even take a Conn Smythe home along with it, because, I mean, who else would win one for the Minnesota Wild besides Kirill Kaprizov? Now, at just 27 years old, Kirill Kaprizov continues to get better day in and day out as a hockey player, and it has been so entertaining to watch his growth and transition from the KHL now over to the NHL and just becoming the absolutely remarkable and incredible superstar that he is today. And Minnesota Wild fans, y'all are only seeing the beginning of it. So I know y'all are definitely excited for what he has to offer. And I know I am too, as just a hockey fan in general. And I'm sure most of y'all can relate to that as well. But with that being said, this is how we recreated Kirill Kaprizov right here in ESHL. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to drop a like, comment any other players you want to see me recreate in ESHL down below, and sub with notifications on so you don't miss your favorite players in the future. I greatly appreciate you boys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.